Sup? What is sup? Hi everyone. It's me again. Julia. Hi, how you doing? How you been? How you doing? How you been? I've been vibing, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. You know, I haven't shot any b-ball recently. I finished my Fallout New Vegas playthrough that I was doing off stream. I didn't want to stream that one because it was my first time playing hardcore, and I thought there would be times, and I was right, where it would be very uninteresting to watch because I'm just save scumming to kill the Legion that snuck up on me without noticing or whatever. But yeah, today we are playing this cool game I saw. It looked cool. It's called Botany Manor. It looks really pretty, and I thought it might be cool, and then I saw that the reviews were like, this is kind of a short game for the price. And I was like, oh, is that the case? So I kind of put it on the back burner. And then it was free on Epic Pile of Shit a week or two ago. So I picked it up. And now I have to make it visible. Yeah, you can. Why do you need? Okay, whatever. Okie dokie. There you go. That's the game. How's it looking? How's it sounding? Maybe all right. Oops. Boop, boop. Just a little down. Because the peak there is still a little high. I like the peak of my voice to be above the peak of the music. That's how I do it. Alright, and now we shall start. Already, the thing that really drew me to this one is the sort of painterly style and everything. It reminds me of, as you well know by now, my favorite game, The Witness. That's fun. Little plant growing in the loading screen. I guess I'll prepare a space for some notes. Ooh, that's way loud. I'm glad I turned the loud down already. Alright, we are in some sort of conservatory. Some dotted little objects here. Kind of that sort of UI. Nothing dotted over here. It's a cup of tea though. I'm gonna go drink that tea real fast. Oh, I can't drink the tea. Scam. Alright. Lady Arabella, we're so happy to have you back at Botany Manor. I hope you had a lovely trip. In your absence, I'm afraid some things in the manor have deteriorated, though I can assure you we tried our best to keep things in order. I hope it doesn't affect your research too much today. Arabella Green, Botany Manor, Somerset. Forgotten Flora, an herbarium by Arabella Green. Dear Arabella Green, thank you once again for submitting your book proposal, Forgotten Flora. Please send this empty herbarium back to us once you have completed your research, and we'll be in touch with a potential offer. Sincerely, Mayflower Publishing House. Forgotten Flora, researched and compiled by Arabella Green, Mayflower Publishing House, 1890. We got maps, some chapters. 1. A fresh start. 2. Survivors of adversity. 3. Peculiar petals. 4. Botanical allies. 5. Climbing up. We got maps. We got maps. There's nothing in our maps yet. Hey, John, it's going well. How are you doing? A fresh start, a bunch of empty stuff, more chapters. Alright, I can dig it. I can dig it 9 times. Alright, we've got some fucking dots all over the place now. I'm glad you had a good long weekend. These are the ideal soil temperatures for Mediterranean wildflowers. Makes sense. Now, do I have that in my book? Important clues get added to the herbarium where you can assign them to plants. If you're stuck, tracking clues can help you organize and validate your research. Hey, Water. Welcome in. I hope you're well. Okay, the windmill wort is a volcanic flower. And then this is what I'm working on right now, is just this flower. Yeah, it's some sort of botany game. I saw it recommended in my recommendeds, and I saw how pretty it looked. And I was like, oh, what a cool looking game. And then I saw that a lot of people said it was a little short. So I didn't pick it up, but it turned out that it was a free Epic game a few weeks ago, and so I got it for free. Postcard from Marianne. Dearest Arabella, on my hike, I came across the windmill wort, a flower that only grows in Sicily. Some locals told me the flower has air-purifying qualities, but due to its bespoke temperature requirements, the plant rarely blooms. Maybe the flower could help with the smog pollution in your conservatory. Your friend and peer, Marianne. Oh, I am doing well. I don't know if I said that. I hope you're doing well as well. Yep, so it's from Sicily, which, if I recall, is in Italy. So I got the clues right. I got the seeds, it seems. Is pretty. You tried the demo. Oh, very cool. Alright, I got a seed. Got some soil. I got a pot. I got some compost. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, so it's a volcanic flower from Italy, which means they... Oh, Sicily even. They want it 60 degrees in here. Jesus Christ. What is this? Oh. Scuba? 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 Somerset falls victim to industrial smog. I can barely see. Horse bus drivers refuse to work in these conditions. That's fair. I wouldn't want to drive a horse bus through those conditions. Oh, here we go. Potting instructions. Place pot on saucer. Add soil to pot. Plant a seed. Water a seed. Very good. I always love a hot coffee in hand. Alright, so pot, pot. Scoop the soil. Grab the seed. Water the plant. And there it goes. Well, that seems like a seedling, at least. Degrees from Sicily. Volcanic flower from Sicily. I'm too blueprints pilled. I see this magnifying glass and I'm like, oh, extra secret clues? No. Not this time. It's a total fabrication. We made it up. What do I do? Oh, maybe I put it by? Oh, there's even a little saucer here. Okay, I understand everything now. Ta-ba-bu-da-ba. So yeah, apparently my stream mic is having a difficulty it had once before. Um, yeah, I switched to my headset mic, which is functional if a little less what I'd like to use. Another place to sit, certainly. And the last time this happened to the more stream mic thing, I did have to restart my computer to get it to be fixed. I think I might be able to fix it if I like uninstalled and reinstalled the drivers. But that seems like something that would be a bit of a hassle. I rebooted and I hear you as well. Well, welcome in. I got a cane. It's a walking stick. My dear friend, good luck on your trip. I would have loved to join you, like in our younger days, but your tales about the trip will suffice when we next meet. I'll never forget the Maria Jackson passage you once highlighted to me. In examining plates, you take the authority of others, whereas in botany, as in all other things, we can make little progress if we do not see for ourselves. Well, now you must travel and see some interesting specimens for yourself. I am inspired and look forward to hearing about it. Your friend always, Eleanor.
Yes, Julia Droid, I will drink some water. Water is good for you. Maybe I'll mute before I guzzle it down next time.
The orchard. Yep, that's locked. That tracks. Another game that had an Eleanor in it. It sounds familiar, but I don't rightly recall. Oh, you're just teasing us now. You know what you've done with the graphical style, and you're just teasing us now. Look at this. You telling me this isn't it? You telling me this isn't a witness puzzle waiting to happen? Get out of here. You know what you did, puzzle game. Got a tree, we got a big mushroom. Thanks for letting me know I was muted earlier. Like I said, my mic just like take a pooper. Took a little bit of a poop. Um, oh cool, we got another pot. We got another they've really gone to town with the chairs. My dearest my dearest Arabella, I hope this letter finds you well as you set off for London on your important trip. The thought of you in the bustling city, working on your ambitions, both excites and worries me. Time has indeed passed, and yet your determination for your field remains inspiring to me. I never imagined all those years ago that we would be writing to each other in our 5th decade about such endeavors. I look forward to hearing about your progress, and of course let me know how I can be of assistance upon your return. Your loving sister, Elizabeth. Duck! That's a duck. Oh yeah, that's a duck. Oh yeah, that's a duck. Oh yeah. Duck, look out! Oh, here we are. Survivors of adversity.
Honk, honk, honk. We did it. GG. You know what? You're right. And it's been a good stream, everyone. I hope you have 2 new plants added. Lilium vivaceum and fulguria. Alright. Got us some sort of family tree. Goes back about 90 years. No, sorry. John Green was born like 140 years before the game. Oh. Loyal Baba, Arabella Green, I'm pleased to let you know that your family tree is complete, carefully tracing the history of your lineage. As per your request, I have altered the customary presentation, now displaying the maiden names of the ladies in your family, rather than their current names acquired through marriage. Should you require any further adjustments or have additional inquiries, I remain at your service. Yours, Robert Hinchley, genealogist. Dartmoor, all the year round, home to breathtaking sights. Hound Tor, Wisman's Wood, Becky Falls. Travel by train to Dartmoor using the Dartmoor line. Kitchen is probably locked. Yep. Fire has the potential to be among the most devastating forces of nature. Despite this, humans have developed the ability to invent, wield, and attempt to manage it. Meanwhile, certain species in the plant kingdom have evolved to adapt and flourish in the face of fire. In areas where forest fires occur frequently, pyrophiles have learned to rely on fire as a crucial part of their life cycle. Facts about pyrophiles. Their seeds typically possess tough shells. Some pyrophiles only bloom when surrounded by smoke aromas from their natural habitat. Locked ass doors. Okay. This tree has probably seen better days. Becky, notoriously clumsy. I don't see Arabella. Oh, there she is. Never mind, I lied. I was incorrect. I didn't lie. Arabella's parents. Look at them. Is it 2 faces? Or 1 vase? Got some seeds for Fulguria, it seems. Got a blurry photograph. On the back it says, Camera experiment number 1. I purchased a new camera and flash lamp to document my flowers. The picture looks a little blurry though. I'll have to investigate the camera settings. The picture is so dark, impossible to see the flowers. I can't believe how quickly I've run out of that incredibly expensive flash powder. I'm very pleased with this picture. Looks like I'm getting the hang of the camera. Oh, we've got just a whole list of chemicals. Delicious. Hey, do any of these blow up with one another? Science around and find out. That's not a bad idea. That looks like soap. The art of painting in oil and fresco. Yo, we got a Haunts. Now we're talking. Look at that Haunts. We got another flower painting. Whole bunch of chemicals in a vat to put them in. Dining room. But the meal isn't served until you hit rank 8. Some ancient Celtic tribes practiced a coming-of-age ritual. This meant that when someone was considered old enough, it was time to prove themselves worthy of staying in the tribe. One of these rituals involved picking a flower in the woods, though not just any flower, of course. The gatherer had to find a fulguria, for this flower is known to only bloom during thunderstorms. Keeping a cool head while lightning flashes were striking left and right of you was considered the ultimate test of courage. Arabella and Elizabeth partying down in a picture. Piano. Oh, it's a harpsichord, forgive me. Got ourselves a back terrace key. I've only solved the first puzzle, by the way, so there's no risk for my silly jokes. No, I did not expect there to be any risk. I trust you and your silly jokes. Watson's flash powder contains some flash powder. Potassium and magnesium in a 2-to-1 ratio. Well, that's useful. Lady Arabella, these past weeks I've been seeing lots of bright flashes coming from the back room of your house. It scares my cows immensely, as they think a storm must be coming. My milk production has taken a hit because of this, and if you enjoy fresh milk in your morning cup of tea, I would advise you to keep the flashes to a minimum. Farmer Charles. Yo, word up. Okay, I understand. Yet another sit? They really did not skimp on places to sit in this game. Your new Lumen photographic flash lamp. Instructions. Fill the container with flash powder. Close the container. Press the button connected to the camera and the Lumen flash lamp. Witness a bright flash. Better results guaranteed. Lumen flash lamps, 45 Bond Street, London. The library hall. Oh, I don't know how to get a date on this one. That's just a little joke. Just another little Blueprints joke for you. I enjoyed sitting in the pretty garden, realized it was actually a puzzle game, and closed it. Yeah, I mean, puzzle game isn't for everyone, I guess. Blocked by tree. Well, okay. Was that? Oh, what's this? Great Western Railway, Taunton to London Paddington, issued for return journey, first class, elderly discount applied, 9th July 1890. Bug. The Dartmoor line. irrepressible desire to jump. I'm smacking the space bar, but nothing is happening. Flowering plants of Great Britain. Oh, some seeds for the ash plume. I'm gonna guess pyrophiles here. I don't know why the photographs are a clue. Seed log. Summary of some seeds I've gathered this year and the location I found them at. Cow parsley, Blackdown Hills, Poppy Cheddar Gorge, Buttercup Straight Marshes, Ash Plume, Wistman's Wood, Wood Anemone, Holford Combe, Wild Thyme, Colbone Wood, Foxglove, Ford Abbey. So, Ash Plume and Fulgaria. Ash Plume is Wistman's Wood. Fulgaria isn't mentioned here. So, Wistman's Wood. Seed log. There we go. I need to go check that poster again before I forget. I believe it had Wistman's Wood on it, but you know, I don't trust my memory especially well. Yep, cool. Dartmoor. The formal garden? The hell is this if not a formal garden? My dear friend Arabella, a friend of mine visited the Americas and brought back a pair of fabulous gray squirrels. They are the latest trend in garden decoration. All of my neighbors have sent for them as well. It was a great investment. The two squirrels have now started a big family, and my garden is full of the darling little critters. One thing I did notice is that I haven't seen a red squirrel in my garden for some time now. How odd. You must visit soon and see the squirrels for yourself. Ever yours, Grace. This is a casual Friday garden. Very good. This person just like admitting to like invasive species bullshit. Oh, I just realized something. Hold on a sec. Chippa chippa cha, chippa chippa cha. I said a chippa chippa cha, chippa chippa cha. Chippity pow. Chickity chickity pow. That's better. I was practicing my ventriloquism there, but now I'm back to normal. But yeah, just admitting to having their friend commit like what is by today's standards a ecological disaster. Oh yes, I brought some gray squirrels from the Americas. Thursday. Jimmy broke another mortar. That boy really needs to learn how to grind spices without breaking down my kitchen. Lady Arabella may not be best pleased with me asking for a new one. The last mortar took years to be sorted. She is so scattered-brained, always off on her fancy research trips. Shopping list. Flour, eggs, milk, leeks, potatoes, carrots. The garden of a colonizer, even claiming it's not a bit fancy. No, this garden's nothing. This isn't fancy. You want to see what fancy looks like? I'll show you I don't have access to the formal garden yet. Alright, where are we at? Oh, we got some weights. I guess some sort of measuring game has to happen later. We got some sort of mysterious symbol, some sort of English sheep. Blessed is this kitchen by grace and holy light. May all those who enter find comfort and respite. Blessed is the hearth, with laughter and with cheer. May the loved shared here be held forever dear. To those who serve the Lord, who sink their sanctuary, remember the year of constructions, for this, friends, is the key. It's not a great poem there at the end, but thanks. I'll try and figure out when this joint was constructed. Hazel's priceless recipes for the home, farm, workshop, and every department of human endeavor. Roasted chestnuts, perfect to warm those cold nights. You can use any edible chestnuts that are easily foraged. The main difficulty is that they have a tough shell, but luckily they're easy to crack open with the help of fire. Much prefer all puzzle games this way, from the comfort of my exercise bike with sweet people. Well, I'm happy to oblige. Good luck with the exercise. Simply place the nuts in a pan above the fire and wait until you hear a pop. That means your chestnuts are nicely roasted and ready to eat. This is the only recipe in the book. The history of Dartmoor, how the moor was once covered in forests and woods, how early settlers came to the area and cleared most of the trees for pasture using fire as their method of choice. It promises to be a fascinating story of how the moorland we know and love today came into existence. Honestly, it's the only recipe you need. Roasted chestnuts rule. My mortar! They broke my mortar! Don't they know how hard these things are to source? Dear Lady, we received your letter applying to study botany at our College of Natural Services, along with your enclosed drawings. We do not at present and have never admitted women to study at the college. Botany is a serious science conducted in laboratories and lecture halls. By all means, continue to pursue your hobby tending to your garden and domestic space where it may be appreciated. Positions at the college are reserved for serious scholars who blah 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 sexism, typical of the period. Is the bottom part the mortar? I guess I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't know which part is the mortar and which part is the pestle. Yeah, this letter is in the kindling where it belongs. Okay, so I'll have to roast something. To someone special. Dearest Hazel, I picked you some roses from the garden to cheer you up. When you're done with your work in the kitchen, would you like to meet me for a cup of tea in the back garden? The pond is lovely this time of year. Warm regards, Mr. Bennet. The pestle is held in the hand. Well, then I got it right. Thank you. The ancient oaks stand tall in Wistman's wood. Covered in moss, they withstood the test of time. Though none can tell the sorrows that did befell those trees in Wistman's wood. I think they got burnt. Well, now I have to go to Google. So, we'll go to Google. Oh, look, it's Dina. They're wearing their hat today. Yeah, the pestle is held in the hand, and the mortar is the bowl. Look at all these logs. Home smoking and curing. You're welcome. I don't want to present false information unless it's clear that I don't know. Home smoking and curing. Using the home smokery. This type of wood you use is important. Burning wood from different types of tree produce different aromas. This is due to the it's due to different chemical compositions in each type of smoke, and has a great impact on the flavor of your smoked food. So in summary, choose your wood logs with care. We got some meat. We got a hole in the floor. We got some more stuff. We got a pot holder. That's interesting. It's like this E is attached to the door, and then it attaches right away to the other door, even though I'm nowhere near it. Huh. Only sometimes? That's fine. That's pretty. Well, I think I have seen everything the game has for me to see. At this stage. Which means that I may have... Oh, maybe I've missed something, actually. Oh, nope, I got everything it wanted for me. Alright, well, I guess I know everything I'm gonna get, and I have to go from here. Let's see, what do we know? Okie dokie. Where is my nearest? There we are. There we are. Plant the Bulgaria. Give it a little water. Take this bitch to the camera room. Scoop. Where are you going? Where's the camera room? Oh, here we go. Jaunt it on that. And then... what did this need? Right, not that one. This one. This is 2x1 potassium and magnesium. That's funny. I actually put potassium and magnesium in here as a joke earlier. Bop! Wap wap wap! Bop 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 wap! What? Oh. good. Fulguria is complete. That's a cool little plant. Fulguria only grows during thunderstorms where the flashes of lightning provide the bright light the flower needs to bloom. Because of its dangerous growing conditions, not many people have witnessed its beauty. Nice. Sick. Now we'll go back, where's the fucking... No, not that way. Here we go. Pot. Boof ba bow. And then we get one of those. Boof ka bow. Get an ash plume. Make it nice and wet. Magnesium really is used in hydroponics. I have a whole bag of it somewhere. I mean, that makes sense to me. Oh, right. This shit isn't gonna burn. This isn't gonna work. I have to pretend it's been burnt first. Wait, no, give me the seed. Okay, I guess that's not what you want either. Cool, cool. And then this fucker needs to like jauntily jump there. I'll go get some oak for you. Pretty plant. Now that's a nice plant. The ash plume is a pyrophile, evolved to survive harsh forest fires. Its seed cracks open with extreme heat, and afterwards, the oak smoke from its habitat indicates that it's safe to bloom. Nice. I got myself a gatehouse delivery, so we've got to rush out to the gatehouse. Good flowers. Good flowers, everyone. Dear Lady Green, we are pleased to deliver a new key for your orchard gate. We hope you are enjoying the gate. Don't hesitate to visit us again should you need further metalwork or decoration for the manor. Sincerely, John John Babbage. Junk. Now that is a new key. Now let's ding-a-ling. Just while we're here, you know, you gotta ding the bell while you're here. And to those of you watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to ding that bell. I'm kidding, of course. Alright, Chapter 3. Peculiar Petals. 2 new plants added. Let's give it a look-a-loo. A looky-dooky. Look at all those clues. The pixie tears. I got sidetracked, so sorry. Alright, we're back. Pixie tears. Closely associated with orchards, I wonder why. This small flower has long tubular plants. How interesting. Dear niece, I have gathered a selection of my cherished toys and books, among them my beloved Piggy. I highly recommend the nursery rhymes. They are charming as well as educational, though I'll take no offense should they put your little one straight to sleep. With all my affections, Auntie Arabella. The Wolf Glove. High on the mountain top so steep grows a flower that's hard to keep, its petals delicate and bright, whistling in the wind with all their might. Its petals delicate and bright, whistling in the wind with all their might. The rhythm, it's fine, it's fine. The mountains who climb up high listen for the whistle as they try to find their way amidst the snow and reach the summit, cheeks aglow. With every step they hear it loud, the wolf gloves howl, clear and proud, guiding them through paths unknown to reach the summit and call it home. Alright, so wolf glove grows in the wolf glove spot. Hey, look, a little pig. Little piggy. Little piggy piggy. Look, a little piggy. Piggy piggy. Okay, I got excited about the pig. Excuse me, I just pressed the button that's supposed to mute me and it didn't. Let me try again. Sorry. I pressed the wrong button, so I coughed in your ear. Ha ha ha. Get my germs. The Heritage Orchard, preservation of endangered apple varieties. Oh, we're in Apple City. Holy shit. Cider apples. You got the knobby russet, the dabinet, the foxwhelp, the brown snout, the Pitmuston pine, cat's head, the Kingston black, Greenup's apple, Lord Peckover, Seymour's delight, bitter green streak, and Merlin's mist. It's okay, I've sneezed when watching you, so it evens out. Oh, that's fair, I guess. In a way, you sneezed on my face. We all have the ultimate form of social distance. Look at all these apples. Oh, I can't stack them. Oh, but I can put them on here. Hee 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 hee. Okay. More apples. Cider making and apple blending. A bunch of different rules for a bunch of different apples. Printed by Jackson Farm and Household Supply Company, Stroud, Glaus. I have successfully poured coffee on myself while trying to drink it, yet again. I bet you wish you could pour lukewarm coffee all over your face and chest. Oh, we got some sort of apple squisher. Squeak. Oh, and then we've got a spot for a plant down there. So I'll put one of these apples on there and then I'll go squeak, I guess. I'm glad to hear it was lukewarm. Yeah, my coffee is rarely hot enough to cause damage. Certainly not 50 minutes into stream or whatever. Specimen, red campion. Specimen, foxglove. Oh, we've got all sorts of specimens. Tincture of iodine. Perfect for preparing microscope slides. Chloroplasts. My mom puts cinnamon in her coffee. Let me know if that sounds good as a person who drinks coffee. I think I'm not a huge fan of cinnamon, so it doesn't sound like good to me. But I don't like cinnamon candies. I don't really go for, you know. But I bet if you liked cinnamon, it'd be all right.
In the world of plants, the sun is the ultimate source of energy. Chloroplasts, small organelles inside the cells of a plant, are responsible for capturing the light from the sun and converting it into sugar through photosynthesis. However, not all plants have chloroplasts. Some plants rely on organic matter for their energy and do not photosynthesize. They have lost their chloroplasts over time and instead have adapted to obtain energy by absorbing sugars through their roots. It is therefore recommended to add a certain amount of sugar to the soil when cultivating these particular plants.
So yeah, we got chloroplast in foxglove, but there's none in the pixie tears. That explains a lot, doesn't it? Do I need to add? No, it's not a clue. Cool. Onward and outward, we've got this completed slide puzzle. Orchard Mosaic. An illustrated history of England for scholars, advanced classes, and the discerning reader by A&E Strickland. Priest holes. Back in the Middle Ages, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth, all Catholics were persecuted by law, as well they should today. Therefore, some households built secret rooms in case they needed to hide a priest that was visiting their family home. Many of these so-called priest holes were designed and built by the criminal Nicholas Owen. Only the owner of the house and Nicholas himself knew about the location. Because of this, it is thought that there may be many undiscovered priest holes throughout England to this day. I'm just making fun of Catholics for fun. They have enough, hierarchical power that I don't feel bad about making fun of Catholics. Willow Lodge, Rowan Park. Lady Arabella, thank you for inviting me to Botany Manor last Monday. As a historian, I found it wonderful to see an authentic medieval manor, especially one as beautiful as yours. I apologize again for not being able to locate the priest hole in your house, although I am convinced it exists and we will find it one day. It won't be easy. They tend to be hidden well and sometimes require elaborate mechanisms to be opened. Kind regards, Professor Pennyworth.
Lady Arabella, I have received your request for repairs to the roof of your garden tower. Alas, I must confess that I am not the man to undertake this task. It may have escaped your notice that the tower in your orchard is known to locals as the Turbulent Tower. It is believed that a poltergeist dwells within its walls. Legend says that the spirit is evil and brings ferocious winds upon anyone who dares enter the tower. I don't want to provoke the wrath of this ghost, and I advise you to refrain from meddling with the tower. Willie the Builder. I don't know why I sound like this, 'cause we're in England.
Here we go, the tower. We got ourselves a hole. Look at that hole. Beautiful little hole. We got some sort of window meter. Oh, it's broken. It's a broken anemometer.
Willie smoked since he was 5. alive.
Evil spirits. Dang, this got cool. Okay, we can move up. Oh, this is some sort of fucking elevator? Are you for real with this shit?
Hey, how do I
Fix the anemometer. Oh, I got it. I understand now. I should probably go all the way up first, actually. Yo, it's windy as fuck up here. Look at this fucker spin. It's still broken, but look at it spin. Alright, cool. We'll be back for this. Okie dokie. Got the nursery rhyme, and that's it. Alright, let's keep looking around. Oh, look at that. Wind speed of 35 feet per second on third floor, feet per second on second floor, 45 feet per second on fourth floor, 20 feet per second on first floor. Okay. Looks like we've got some sort of wind research. Odd. I gotta take the quickest of breaks because I have a human body and it's telling me things. I'll be right back. Forgive me my trespasses. Forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned. Winds in the Alps. Okay. So that'll be useful soon. Hi, Suma. Welcome in. I hope you're well. I hope work is treating you kindly. Welcome into Botany Manor, a game with an art style that reminds me of The Witness, and puzzles that mostly don't. But that's fine. The art style is it's gorgeous, and the puzzles are fine. Like, I'm not naysaying them. Glad you're good. Good luck. Good luck, busy. I know it's the time of year. Oh, we can loop around now. Isn't that charming? A key for the painting room. Isn't that charming? Lady Arabella, as you can see, the staircase of the orangery collapsed in your absence. I've already written to the builder in the hope that he wants to sort it out, though, as you know, he can be difficult to pin down. I do apologize if this is getting in the way of your research. I don't suppose you could find another way into the bottom level? Dearest Arabella, we made it to the Alps. We are so sad you couldn't join us this time, but we understand you are busy creating your herbarium. Yesterday we were lost on a hike until suddenly we heard a strange whistling tune. We have followed the sound, and soon enough we discovered that it was coming from a tiny flower. If only you had been there to tell us what kind of flower it was. Your loving friend always, Natty. To Arabella Green, Botany Manor, Somerset, from... Well, that's an interesting logo. From Natty Golding. So what is the premise of this new game? Arabella is the lady of Botany Manor, and that's us, hello. I can't show you us because it's first person. And we're going around collecting clues to write these little books about our little flowers here. So these are the flowers we figured out. Ash plume and fulguria. I don't know if they're real or not. And currently we're trying to figure out how to cultivate pixie tears and wolf glove. So right now we're kind of going around the house looking for clues. Don't eat the forgotten flora. They're probably forgotten for a reason, and it's that they're not very tasty. But yeah, we're going around looking for clues and trying to... Oh, look at this hedgehog. Isn't that cute? Looking for things that will help us sort out our plants. I hear dandelions are edible if you ever wanted to eat a flower. That's fair, you could. Water also wishes to eat the flowers. Please wait until I've submitted my herbarium. Then you can eat the flowers. Lots of edible flowers. I ate some kind of lily right off the stalk. Your research proposal on the structure of coastal plants was of quaint interest. We have no plans to fund a small project like this, but perhaps if you are set on botanical fieldwork, you might assist Professor Montague in his work on British meadow orchids. I am sure your natural aptitude for domestic duties would be much appreciated.
Might I also recommend John Lindley's book, Ladies' Botany, a familiar introduction to the study of the natural system of botany. It is an elementary book for unscientific readers, and I, for one, have heard it is a suitable amusement for ladies such as yourself, being about a mother who wishes to teach her children about plants. Respectfully, but not really, John W. Surtees.
I got monotone because I could sense the antiquated sexism in the letter. Because there was another letter with some antiquated sexism, and it's like, yeah, it's period appropriate, but it also makes me go monotone. Meadow Orchids research team. John and Anne Montague, Robert Brown, Arabella Green. You know, just some period appropriate misogyny. The Manor, constructed in 1593. Well, that's useful. I need to remember that. I don't remember why, but I do. My dearest Arabella, in gardens fair, you grace the scene, a flower rare, your present beams with radiant light, a lily's charm so pure and white. Um, he's not great at poems, but he does seem to love, Arabella. Got ourselves some sort of painting. Lady Arabella, I was wondering if I could join Mr. Bennet into town later this afternoon to place an order for a new kitchen scale. The one we have is rather ancient, and I'm afraid it's not suitable measuring flour to make my delicious scones. If you could let me know your decision before the afternoon, that'd be lovely. In your service, Mrs. Patterson. Symbology. A study wherein the discerning reader will find a history of the use of religious and folkloric symbols throughout the art of the world. We got some symbols. Ah, apparently the Agnus Dei is Catholicism. So when I see that sheep, that's some Catholic stuff. Flower painting in watercolor. And then I think over here, maybe not. Where is it at? I remember seeing it. Alright, up here we're blocked by tree. Where did that sheep go? Bah! Where are you, sheep? Bah! Bah! Where are you, sheep? Bah! Oh, I already read that. Such a pretty garden. Walking around at the garden sound. Got places to go. Someone sculpted a bird here. And go around, ba ba beep bop bop bo, ba ba beep bop bop beep bop bop beep bop bop beep bo. Just keep on moving ahead. Oh, what a shame. I haven't filled in all the right clues about this. That's because this is the wrong fucking plant.
No time for this, and follow my plan instead. Something and something you'll see. Escape from period appropriate misogyny. Follow me, set me free. Trust me, and we can escape from bigotry. Stupid. Stupid joke. Thank you for helping me with this kind of dumb joke. It brings me joy. It's my favorite part of streaming is sharing terrible jokes with one another. Or not even terrible, just silly. I have some inappropriate levels of dissing myself.
Hey, look, a sheep. Look at that sheep. Look at it out there grazing, being a sheep. Okay, bye, sheep. Look, more livestock. There is top tier silly here in this stream. I appreciate you saying so. That's the goal. Honk honk. How do I get down here? Yeah, through the fucking sheep hole. Where's the sheep hole at? Where'd you put my sheep hole? Wake up, sheeple! I'll make it through, prove it to you. I have this goddamn Sonic song stuck in my head. Again. I can't remember where that dig darn danged sheep puzzle went. I got Sonic Utopia's rendition of Green Hill Zone, always eating a few brain cells. Yeah, I understand. I understand that. I don't think I'll ever get the Bob-omb Battlefield brain cells back. They're just off doing their own thing. Boobity boop bop ba doo da boo. Boobity boop bop ba doo ba doo. Boobity boop bop ba doo ba doo. Doobity boop bop ba doo ba doo. I just can't wait to be yeah. Well, at least there's still white duck. I might not be able to find the priest hole, but at least we still have white duck, you know? That was a little Lion King. Oh, little Lion King. We'll always have duck. Oh, that's the plan. We'll always have duck. Duck's not going anywhere now. Perfect. That's a duck right there, baby. To those who serve the Lord, who sink their sanctuary. Remember, crowd noise, gasp. Yeah, isn't that a good duck? So it was like 1593. Where can I? Oh, where's it at? This might work. I have one idea. If I can remember where I put the scale. Yeah, now I get it. Bow. Ticka 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 bow. Ticka 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 bow. Ticka 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 bow. Ticka bow. Ticka ticka bow bow.
Move over, Colonel Mellon. We got a new sheriff in town.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out with Duck today. Alright, we found the priest hole. I can't read cursive very well. My Lord Grain, thou hast ventured mightily in granting me refuge within these walls, and for such favor I remain eternally indebted to thee. The cunning of Little John in his establishment of this sanctuary doth inspire awe. A saint he is to our brethren and sisters who have sought refuge from the harsh rule of Queen Elizabeth and King James. Pray extend my gratitude unto thy cook for the sustenance provided, a welcome respite from Brother Michael's oft-repeated fare of leeks and potatoes. With the most earnest of thanks, I entreat that this missive shall not mark our final communion, and that our faith may endure unbroken. Yours with devotion, R. Blount. We out here smoking the fattest Blounts. Ooh, a duck! Look at this, we found another duck. And then up here, it's where we needed to be. We got the wolf glove seeds. Nice. We missed the orchard seed packet. We'll have to go looking. We got some coins. Ben Nevis. Fort William, Scotland. Mount Ventoux. Souvenir Alpine. Mount Blanc. Mount Blanc. Mont Blanc.
Eiger.
Grindelwald.
Lauterbrunnen.
Duck count, 2. Appreciate that. I need to make a counter for ducks, I guess. The Crystal Palace for the Great Exhibition in London of 1851. Steer, Sun and Coal, 58 to 61, St. Paul's, London. Today marks the beginning of an intriguing adventure as I join Professor John Montague and his wife, Anne Montague and fellow botanist Robert Brown on our field trip to study British meadow orchids. Everyone's enthusiasm for the subject is infectious. Today, the professor gathered all of us to examine a southern marsh orchid. Though upon arrival, I noticed it had a much more hooded appearance and could be a new species entirely. When I pointed this out, Professor Montague laughed and explained he was simply testing us. I don't trust you, Montague. Oh, look at that. We fixed the stairs. We're so good at fixing. Which is good, since this wall is a wall again. Tour Eiffel, Paris. Weisshorn, Switzerland. To be fair, Montague is an inherently distrustful name. Cool, I got the clues for the wolf glove. Lady Mountaineers Club, first outing, 1858. Society for Botanical Science meets every second and fourth Wednesday from 6 o'clock at the Assembly Rooms in Stroud. A prospective applicant must be supported by 3 existing gentlemen of the Society, along with evidence or research showing his dedication to the advancement of the science of botany. Widows of existing fellows receive honorary membership to attend annual social events. This month's lecture is on the importance of laboratory investigation. A name you would shake a spear at. Yeah, fuck that Montague guy. Scoof. Scop. Squip. Shit. I can't step over that. I don't have the feet. Weisshorn! Thank you. I have forgotten Weisshorn. To Weisshorn. Metaphorically. Weisshorn is a 40-foot speed wind per second. So I need this arrangement of windows. 1 on the bottom, 2 on the third, 2 on the fourth, the rest closed. So I grab this. No, the wrong direction. Alright, there we go. Oh yeah, we got ourselves some wolf glove. Oh, look at it. Look at that wolf. Gloving all over the place. The wolf glove grows in Mount Weisshorn, where the weather is just right. When the wind hits its tubular petals, a howling sound can be heard. Mountaineers are familiar with this flower and use it to navigate on foggy days. now we have to go search the orchard because I've missed something in the orchard. And I am admitting to everyone now that I'm not sure which pronunciation of orchard is, quote, correct in American English, despite being an American native English speaker. What can you do? Sometimes in life, you just have to admit you don't know something. Oh, I missed this whole box! Sometimes I need to add extra nutrition to the soil. I have found that the following amounts will work best with your different pots. Okay. Pot notes. And some seeds. Alright, first things first, I'm a craftsman. Remodeling's my only passion. And I'm the realest in the business, right? My clientele will bear you witness.
I can help in your door jam sticks. There is nothing in the world I can't fix. Something, and some bricks. So this is the 97 gram plant pot, 97 grams. So now we'll go over here to Appletown. Junk that there. 97 grams. 97 grams, 97 grams. How can we get to 97 grams? 30, 40, and 27 would do, I believe. 30 plus 40 is 70, plus 27 is 97. Unfortunately, I believe 22, 35, and 40 will also work. And it hasn't, like, microscope slides, so it needs the sugar. Apple blending, chloroplast book, so it needs the sugar. Cider apples to tell you which is which. Pot notes. So if there's two ways to get to 97, perhaps there's an apple I'm missing? It looks like I have all of them, though. Alright, well, we'll do the easy one. Knobby russet is this knobby one over here. And then cat's head, which is this weird green melty looking fucker. And Merlin's Mist, which I believe is this blue one. Yeah. So we pop it there, and then we crank the crank, and we hope. Well, there we go. And that there are pixie tears. The pixie tears no longer... Yeah, I know you don't recognize it. Do you recognize it now? Hold on a sec, everyone.
Alright, we're just confused over here with microphone problems. We'll be alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out this microphone problem later. And I'm gonna set it over here because I'm tired of fucking thinking about it. Okay. The pixie tears no longer contain chloroplasts, which are organelles responsible for photosynthesis. Instead, the pixie tears obtain sugar through the roots, which it commonly finds in the apples from orchards. Nice. I'm gonna get a bell ding in here, I bet. Yep. Holy shit. Yeah, thank you.
Do the work.
Arthur, hush. Oh, I might have just yelled at all of you. I'm so sorry. This microphone is not usually attached to my head. I'm back. Someone knocked at the door. It's roof related. All is well. My dogs are just losing their little minds a little bit. You can still hear them in the background there. However, it's about... Did I get pissed on? I think that little shithead pissed on me. Well, I'm gonna go change my pants and get some lunch. I'll talk to you in a moment. Please ignore the upcoming ads and the ongoing dog barks. I'll be back. Oh boy, what an annoyance. Being pissed on, the dogs are just losing their mind because someone's on the roof, which is like important if you want your roof repaired, and also annoying if you're a dog, and every bang or bonk sounds like somebody busting into your house to take you away or whatever. But we're back in a fresh pair of sweatpants with a fresh lunch and a new letter. Dear sister, I'm so glad to hear you have returned safely from your travels. While you were away, I changed the code for the library dock each time I visited, as I know some of grandmother's valuable items are kept in the secret vault. The new code for the door is the 3 initials of my name to make it easy for you to remember. I hope we can meet soon, and I look forward to hearing about all your adventures. Your loving sister, Elizabeth. So now we go find Elizabeth's name. We gotta ding that bell. Solidarity Dog Troubles. Thank you for that. I had forgotten that the family tree down there lists the maiden name for the people, but the people don't strictly think of that. But now we are in the library. It's a great time for me to be muted and eating because my dogs are going crazy bananas. We've got ourselves a new chapter of flowers. We've got the Nightfall, vaguely recalled to be studied by the character's grandmother when she was young. Sapphire Gloom, which people think is probably not an edible mushroom. cradle fern, which has declined on the banks, and brook chalice, recommended by a friend. Lots of clues. Lots of clues. The second I unmute, really, dog? I really am so annoyed at him right now. I need to take a deep breath and I guess I have to go again. I'll be back. If it makes you feel any better, the dogs do not disturb me. It does make me feel a little better, but they disturb the heck out of me. The fox and the crow. One evening, a fox was in search of something to eat for dinner. He saw the crow sitting on a tree branch, holding a big piece of tasty cheese in her beak. So the fox came up with a plan. He walked up to the crow and complimented her shiny black feathers. The crow was suspicious of the fox and kept her beak tightly closed on the cheese. The fox kept on charming the crow, describing her as the most majestic of all birds with a big strong beak. Oh, what a song that beak must make! It must be the song of a queen. Please, beautiful crow, let me hear it. Flattered by all the praise, the crow forgot about her suspicion and also her dinner. So she opened her beak wide to utter her loudest caw, and down fell the cheese straight into the fox's open mouth. It's alright, Arthur. I know there's lots of scary noises. I promise you're safe. Your company is respectfully solicited at a New Year's ball to be given at Somerset Hall. Thursday, 4th January 1860. Supper is at 6. Good music in attendance. E. Grimes, proprietor. Cousin, wash your hands and accompany me. You won't find a husband at the bottom of the garden. The Golden Fish. One bright morning, a poor fisherman caught a shining golden fish. The fish cried, "Please let me live. I am not a fish, but a prince enchanted by a wicked spell." So the fisherman let the fish go free. When the fisherman's wife learned of this, she demanded the fish grant a wish in return for its freedom, a cottage instead of the hovel where they lived. So the fishermen returned to the shore, and the fish granted their wish. But the wife was greedy and demanded riches, a palace, and servants. All the while the ocean became darker, and the shore was black with dirt. Finally, the wife wished to be so powerful that she could grant wishes for herself. In return for this greedy request, the fish revoked all of the wishes it had granted. After that, the ocean became blue again, the shore clean, and the fisherman never saw the golden fish ever again. One of the dogs was afraid of the thunder and lightning early this morning. Not as bad as constant banging on the roof, but still. Yeah, our dogs don't seem to mind thunder and lightning, but I do know that gets some dogs really riled up. The rising sun. Oh, shush. The hare and the tortoise. At midday, a hare and a tortoise took a walk together. The hare moved quickly and noticed the tortoise struggling to keep up. The hare laughed and challenged the tortoise to a race. The tortoise accepted. A course was decided, and the race began. The hare immediately leapt out of sight, but then laid down to take a nap, sure that the tortoise would never catch up. Um, it happened what you would expect. Yeah, slow and steady wins the race. Alright, so something about these fables are meant to tell me about that door. It's okay, bud. Sunset 1st of May. Lesbian colors. Sunset 22nd of May. Some pan flag blending into the lesbian colors. Sunset 8th of July. A bit of a bi flag with a nice orange base. Another sunset, another set of colors. More sunsets, more colors. Some seeds. It's art, yeah. Yeah, the dog's wigged out because of Roof Guy. We're alright. I've been trying to encourage the nightfall to bloom for a little while now. I'm determined to prove it's more than just a myth. So far, I have deduced that the flower opens at sunset, and only during a particular time of the year. When exactly that occurs still remains a mystery to me. I shall plant a few more seedlings tomorrow and continue my research. The London Record, a weekly journal of literature, science, and art. Lindley appointed chair of botany at University College London after an esteemed early career as assistant secretary to the Horticultural Society and his mission as one of the youngest ever fellows to the Linnean Society. Linnean, I think, actually. John Lindley plans to elevate the science of botany. He spoke thus in his inaugural lecture. It has been very much the fashion of late years in this country to undervalue the importance of this science, and to consider it an amusement for ladies rather than an occupation for the serious thoughts of man. Lindley also challenged the Linnean classification system and proposes many changes. Arthur, it's okay. Hey, you're okay. Thank you for the kisses. Thank you. Yeah, boy. Professor J. Montague, Meadow Orchids of Britain. My dear friend, I have been pondering these last weeks what could be the best way to see your remarkable flora reach the wider world, since it's so seldom we are able to see our work published. Considering your uncle's reputation in the scientific field, have you considered asking him to publish your herbarium under his name? It may not give you the recognition you deserve personally, but it would be a way to reach your goal of adding to the scientific record on botany. Do consider it. I would hate for such important research to stay hidden away. With warmest regards, Anne. Look at all these bird eggs. We got some sapphire gloom. Tree diseases. Red tree pox. Many small red spots will be visible on the bark. It can usually be cured by adding fertilizer to the soil of the tree. Hypoxylon causes black patches to form on the bark of the tree. It is usually a sign that the tree is lacking in hydration and won't stay alive for much longer. Root parasite is a fungus that forms purple rings on the bark and roots. The parasite leaches the nutrients that the tree receives from the soil. Eventually, it causes the tree to dry out and lose all of its leaves. There is currently no known cure. Bark rust is a disease that isn't very harmful to the tree. It is usually caused by excess hydration and too much sunlight. I have some more books from the department that may be of interest for your research. One I recall was a favorite of your father's. If you have any trouble when you visit the college, tell the secretary you are collecting materials for your uncle. So long as they return before summer ends, the other professors won't notice. Best of luck with your research, Uncle Theodore. Landon, it's okay. Mushroom food sources. Just like fungi. Just like plants, fungi need food and sources.
Just like plants, fungi need food sources to grow strong and healthy. However, some fungi haven't always had access to nutrients through soil and have evolved to retrieve it in different ways. This means they have become carnivorous because they only acquire the nutrients they need by consuming other living organisms such as flies, bugs, and plants. Some mushrooms even get their nutrients from feeding on another type of fungus or parasite. Mushrooms growing on a tree is usually a sign they are consuming the tree, so you should remove them immediately. But this is not always the case.
Not always the case. Hell yeah, planty plants. Planty pants. Well, I have a suspicion that I need to plant a mushroom seed. Grab a pot, grab a pot. You grab a pot, and you grab a pot. And you plant a gloom, and you water a gloom. And you plant a gloom, and you water, water. Well, that was magical. The sapphire gloom is a wildly misunderstood mushroom. It grows commonly on trees, and as opposed to popular belief, the mushroom consumes its parasites rather than the tree itself. And if I know my video game logic, that'll have unblocked this door up here. The trapped fairy. The cradle fern. It's got some spotted little eggs in there. Another planting table. Dear Lady Arabella, I wanted to thank you once again for your invaluable contributions during our recent exposition. Your keen observations and deep knowledge of orchids was so helpful. Your dedication to the field is an inspiration to all. I look forward to the future collaborations and continued exploration of the botanical wonders that surround us. I will put in a good word for you with the Botanical Society. Most sincerely, Professor Montague. Got an attic key. Don't know where the door is. River swimming this season. We want to make sure you can all enjoy swimming this summer, so we have cleared the popular rivers in Somerset of all aquatic weeds. The Cam and the River Chew and the River Somer have all been cleared of weeds, thanks to the services of Clark's Aquatic Weed Removal Company. Thank you for your continued support. Thanks to your monthly donations, the rivers of Somerset are clean and weed-free. That seems ill-advised, but all right. It's been brought to our attention that the factory of Barton has been illegally dumping scrap metal in the rivers across Somerset, making them now polluted with rust, making them unsafe for swimming. Cam, Summer, and Chew. The River From was also affected by the waste, though oddly the river is completely clear of rust pollution. I'm sure that it had nothing to do with the plants being removed. Sincerely, the Mayor of Somerset. All right, that's some river data. Dearest Arabella, I'm writing to share with you an exciting discovery I have made in my botanical studies. It turns out that some plants are particularly sensitive to sound and seem to thrive when exposed to music or melodies from their natural environment. I hope to share more of my findings with you in the near future, and would be delighted if you could join me in my research. Your sincere friend, Marianne. We've got some bells to pull. Oh, we got bird calls. Interpretations. My whole Excel. I like this goose on the stream today. Yeah, it's a duck from the game. My whole Excel is trying to crash when I have like 10 windows open. I feel like I'm playing Bobbin Chicken trying to get all things saved before they all crash. That sucks. Good luck. Okay, so that's something. Aquatic weed removal. We specialize in removing the following weeds. Okay. Petition. In many years, hunts have been taking place near the Somerset rivers. Tragically, this has led to the decline and even extinction of some bird species. No longer can we hear the beautiful chime-like calls. We call upon the government to regulate hunting near the rivers of Somerset. We ask that they respect the breeding times of wildlife. If you agree, please sign below and return this letter to us. No expense attends signing. Your signature, Arabella Green. Okay. I got the cradle fern right. And I got the cradle fern seeds. Good luck with your Excel and your Windows. It's a shame Microsoft sucks so much these days. The trapped fairy. Once upon a time, there was a little fairy who loved gazing at her own reflection in the water. She lost track of the time, and the day turned into night. Nyx, goddess of the night, noticed the little fairy. The moon was shining bright, but the fairy only had eyes for herself. Nyx took offense and decided to punish the little fairy. Nyx placed the fairy into a nightfall and cast a spell on her. She fell in love with the moon and gazed upon the sky all night. As dawn approached and the sun arose, the spell broke, though just as the fairy awoke from her enchantment, the flower bud closed and trapped the fairy for eternity. Just relax, bud. I promise it's okay. You can stop whining. You're just not allowed out there because you're gonna bark and drive me even more nuts. My dear Nova, never forgotten. A precious cat. GL, Nyx kills myths. Thank you for the good luck. Those hacks are too hard for me. Welcome in, P-Gap. I hope you're well. Or, you know, I can still hope. Dearest friend, it seems our interest in visiting the private plant collection of Spencer has gone unacknowledged. While disappointing, I am not sure it is worth pursuing scientific study in such places. On my recent visit to Brinsby, the young man showing us around had barely a basic knowledge of plants, and due to there being a large group of gentlemen in the party, all useful time and erudition was devoted to them and none given to Constance and I. Let us plan another trip of our own, and perhaps we can see these specimens in their home habitats where they belong. Ever your faithful friend, Eliza. I can indeed hope. Yeah, you can't take my hope. Only my mental health can take my hope from me. Androgynous honk.
A hot bath at the turn of a tap. The number 30 bath, guys. provides a rapid flow of hot water. Simply turn the tap and instantly hot water will appear. It can be used multiple times in a row without any extra cost. Ibetison & Co. Sole patentees and manufacturers, Nail C, number 8, Bristol, Somerset. But at the same time, let us not forget. Click in, click in, click in. Me whenever exhibiting any semblance of hope. Yes, yes. I will know that your hope is low, but I will give you some of mine regardless. Well, I have flushed the toilet. What the fuck is this puzzle? Who needs a plumber? Certainly not me. I've never plumbed anything. Installation of disconnected pipes. Quote, to repair the geyser. Might seem high. It's a complex job best left to the professionals. Yeah, it's already done, Wilson. You can eat a bag of them. Brook chalice, cradle fern, cradle fern, cradle fern, cradle fern. Okay. We'll go find a planting table. Got an important set of steps. We gotta go look at the painting. Here we go. The cradle fern has these sort of blue water droplet eggs. So now we have to go to the bird room. Where's the fucking bird room? There was a bird room. Where did the bird room go? There we go. Crested owl is the type of egg portrayed in the painting of the cradle fern. So we come up here and we look at the crested owl music. And it's E, C, D, E, G, F. That's not how it'll go, but E. And that's a cradle fern. Oh god, there's birds in this? I'm out. Yeah, no, I get it. You don't want to be around birds. I thought it was mostly just plants, but I guess there are some bird eggs. Cradle fern is used by the crested owl as nest, and in turn, the plant has grown dependent on the owl's chime-like call to grow. That's a nice fern. It is a nice fern, isn't it? Alright, now we gotta go back upstairs. Or even more, well, we gotta go downstairs, then we gotta go back upstairs. We got sort of this cow spot pattern with like a ladybug thing going on. So I think that's the garden tiger moth. That's gonna come in handy, I know it. They're gonna make me know about moths.
The Flower Growing Companion, an illustrated monthly journal. Gardening curiosities, trap moths. Sometimes a moth can become trapped inside a flower bud if it closes in the morning. The moth is then forced to use the bud as a resting place until it opens again later. Some flowers only bloom for short periods during the year, so if the moth is unlucky, the flower bud won't open again until many months later, and the moth will be very dead. Oh, a moth spotting calendar, just for nerds like us. The garden tiger moth. Appears only during September by the look of things. Oh, we found ourselves another pig. Look at that, a nice rusty pig. The sight of plants. Some scientists have theorized that plants have photoreceptors in their leaves and stems, which allows them to see the color of light. This means that flowers can tell the time of day and know when to open or close their buds. The exact time that flowers bloom is different for each flower, but most do appear to respond to light and the color of light in some way. Horticulturists and botanists have made use of this knowledge to trick different flowers into blooming at any time they like. So that'll go with the sunset plant paintings. Project slides. Got it. And then these will be my slides. One of them seems to be missing. My dear niece, I fear the window may be closing for you to find a suitable husband. I have arranged a dinner for you to meet my neighbor's son Edward. He is successful in business in London. Yo, thanks for the good luck with plants and houses. I'm on Team Plant today. Welcome in, Jinby. All my best buds love finding their light. That's very sweet. Oh, sure thing, Julia Droid. I'll breathe. Your cousins William and Thomas may well aspire to be accomplished scientists, but for you, Arabella, it is better to make yourself useful in the small duties of life, for which you will be loved and appreciated. Your studious nature will no doubt be valuable should you have a son, but it would be foolish to allow such a folly to come before the important things in life. I am confident this is what your parents would have wanted. Dinner will be from 5 o'clock on Sunday. Remember to wear a becoming dress. Yours very sincerely, Aunt Agnes. There's a clock. Another duck! Oh yeah, we're up to 3 ducks. Got some brook chalice. Nice. The Botanist's Digest. This month, in conversation with Professor Montague, leading expert in British meadow orchids. In his words, every plant leaf in every meadow holds secrets waiting to be unlocked. My aim is simply to uncover some of those mysteries. Professor Montague, renowned botanist, sheds light on his groundbreaking work in the world of meadow orchids and other botanical wonders. With decades of research and numerous publications to his name, Professor Montague's contributions to the field have been nothing short of revolutionary, including discoveries of new species such as the hood marsh orchid. Duck count, 3. Thank you for the exclamation mark, duck. Thank you for the exclamation mark, Duna. These commands that don't work have been used twice. The failing when Julia with 4 H's doesn't even have exclamation mark Duna. Yeah, you know, I'm just an enigma that way. Okay, So we gotta do the nightfall, the nightfall. We gotta go get September sunset knowledge. The sunsets were in here. That's a weird little noise, little guy. The sunsets were not in here. They must be elsewhere. Here we go. The 4th of July, the October of October, sometime in April, August, September, blue, yellow, orange, red. That's familiar enough. Now I just have to remember where the heck I'm going. Now I need to go plant a nightfall at the nearest planting table, which I believe is at the end of this hallway on the left. And now we just have to go give it a little bit of a light show. It loves the disco after all. All right. And the nightfall has bloomed. Seeing the nightfall bloom is a rare event. The flower only blooms with September sunsets. Night pollinators active in September, such as the garden tiger, often get trapped once the bud closes for the rest of the year. And that leaves us with the brook chalice. No, I didn't miss that. I did see it. Just looking around the attic. Gotta see if there's like a gem or a key I've left behind, you know. Can't be without all the gems and keys, otherwise I'll get stuck in the manor. Was taking a walk along a river in Somerset Note recently, and I noticed a sight that I just had to write you about. In the water I saw the brook chalice blooming. I have never seen or heard of it flowering before. None of my books mention it. It was so beautiful. Do you have any idea what would have caused this? Okie dokie, okali dokali dokie okie. 10th of August. So somewhere around here is a letter about dumbasses ripping the plants out, which is in April of the same year. And in August, yep, problems. Okay, so the river from likes to be 25 degrees Celsius. Alright, so we get a pot, we put it on the pot holder. We fill it up with soil, we get the brook chalice, shove it in the hole, make it nice and wet. How many bedrooms have you drafted? You know, ever since I got the apple orchard opened, I don't really find myself drafting bedrooms on purpose, so I think just the one so far. It's over here. We got this bathroom, and the lavatory is adjacent to it. Standard dead end, but, you know, what can you do? Arthur, my man. I appreciate you joining me for a little Blueprints humor. No. No? Are you telling me no? (25°C), river from. All the weeds were pulled in April out of the Kamchu and Summer rivers. Oh, I need the pig. Piggy, 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 where's the piggy, piggy, piggy? He left in the attic because he is a piggy. I forgot, I needed the rust from the ironworks. And the piggy is here. Inspect the rusty pig. Arthur, why are you so scared? Why are you whimpering? Pig in the bathtub. Plant in the bathtub. 25°C water in the bathtub. Now that is a rusty bathtub. And that is a brook chalice. Alright. The brook chalice prefers to grow in rivers with a temperature of 25°C. The plant naturally
Base
filters.
window says honk.
Yo, Base Windu, thank you for the honk. Thank you for the text speech. Welcome in. I hope you're well. The plant naturally filters the water from rust and metal. Unfortunately, they get removed often, as most people prefer their ponds to be weed-free. Thank you for the random instrument sample. That was a funky one. Alright, we gotta go to the gatehouse and get our delivery. I still just want to jam the jump button the whole time, even though I know there's no jumping in this game. Lady Arabella, I apologize wholeheartedly for accidentally taking the key to the formal garden home with me. It was in my pocket and I had simply forgotten it was there. I didn't want to disturb your research, so I've left the key in the basket here for you. Jimmy. Thanks for the key, Jimmy. To the formal garden. They need a stim button, right? I guess I could do this, right? But that's probably not especially pleasant to watch. Where's the formal garden's formal entrance? Does anyone remember? I think it's in the back? I wish I could look at the map. Oh, there it is. Perfect. The 13 is the... Oh my goodness, it's enormous. And it is in the back-ish. So I think that puts it through here? No, this is just an inside-y house. They need a stim... Yeah, every game should have one. Right now, my stim button is taken care of by petting the really pathetic dog to my right. Alright, formal garden. Climbing up.
going down the road feeling bad.
It's my Bennett VOD joke. I hope you enjoyed it. We need to look for the spring dance shrub. This flowering bush used to grow in the gardens, but have completely disappeared when I was off on my travels. Thank you for the formal GG. Thank you for the pet the puppy. Got both of those. Fool's Emerald. A friend gifted me these seeds, so I don't know too much about them yet. A Silette. A friend of mine found some seeds and was kind enough to let me use them for my herbarium. Alright. It was a message. Local man reports mystery signal. A gentleman farmer has reported sightings of mysterious blinking lights coming from caves near his home in Cheddar. In his own words, I was walking my dog and lost track of time a little. It soon became dark and I decided to make the walk back home. On the way to my house is a tiny cave, and as I walked by, I noticed a blinking light pattern cast from the cave entrance. I was sure it was one of those Morse code messages. When I approached the cave, the light source vanished and nobody was there. I'm convinced that what I saw was the Morse code abbreviation for attention. I will never forget that one abbreviation, as it was the first message I learned in Morse code. Local authorities have assured our journalists that there have been no recent military activity or exercises in the area, so the mystery remains unsolved. Cheddar. A cave in Cheddar. Well, that doesn't seem to have gone quite to plan. Oh, got some Fool's Emerald seeds. The marvel of bioluminescence. In darker corners of our world, there are plants and organisms that are able to produce their own light. These plants, fungi, and insects are most often found in areas of low light, such as dark forests, deep oceans, and gloomy caves. Recent discoveries show that chemicals such as luciferin are responsible for this glowing effect. It is not known what it is used for, but it could be for communication with other species of the same species. I said that.
Ah, it's the nose fish again.
Thank you. That's how I feel. Watch out for those nose fish, everyone. We got fish coming from the left. And they got big noses. They're big old fish nose fish having nose. Look at them all. Fish. Come on, get in the boat. Hey, Mr. Saturn loves to hang out with the nose fish. It is not known what this glowing effect is used for, but it could be for communication with others of the same species or to attract pollinators or food. Some scientists believe there are many bioluminescent species waiting to be discovered. Chemical compounds in wildflowers. Fool's Emerald produces luciferin. Sincerest greetings. Dearest Arabella, I was delighted after our recent mentoring session. You do excellent work as a fellow scholar of the natural world. I recall the spring dance shrub that once grew in your garden before you departed on your travels. How wonderful it would be to see it growing again. I have been compiling plant specimens that require pollination to mature into their adult stage. I wonder if the spring dance shrub is one of these plants. Ever your affectionate friend, Lavinia.
guess we'll go over this way. My sweet Hazel, are you keeping well today? Jimmy's only gone and broken the lawnmower again. If it weren't for my war injury, I wouldn't be letting him loose with the mower. He said he ran over some hard object down in the long grass near the pond. I had a brief look and couldn't see anything. Sometimes I wonder about that boy's sensibilities. Save me some of your lovely scones. Yours always, Mr. Bennett. Section 4, Communication over long distance. The method of communicating over long distance must be selected according to the requirements of the scenario. A. If the message contains no sensitive information or there is no immediate an open method of communication such as telegraphy may be used. If open communication is permissible, both receivers may still benefit from the abbreviation of messages. See Plate 2 for a table of commonly used military abbreviations using telegraphy and Morse code. Close communication methods rely more upon both technology and ingenuity. In the case of secrecy and obfuscation, planning is required and both parties must have knowledge of the method of encryption used. Brief history of long-range military communications. A. Ancient Greece, water telegraphy and torch telegraphy. Ancient Rome, smoke signaling. 16th century, beacons and pigeons. 18th century, the Murray shutter telegraph. 18th century, the radiated telegraph. And the 19th century, Morse code. And then there's this diagram that makes no sense to me currently. These pages have been printed in wrong order. This is page 54 and 55, and then page 57 and 56. This is incorrect. We've got some ingredients. The flower growing companion. Tips for growing hydrangeas. Hydrangeas are beautiful flowers that contain anthocyanin, which is a pigment that can change color depending on the pH level of its environment. The colors can vary between red, purple, and blue. Goddard's Garden Supplies. Catalog for purchase by postal order. New materials for garden pots. Terracotta, granite, sandstone, marble, obsidian. So it looks like we've got obsidian and granite here. Wonder if that's the same thing in red cabbage. What type of caves are in cheddar? Oop, seeds. I guess I understand why this garden gets a more formal name than the other gardens. It's quite formal. Phenomena of spiritualism. My dearest cousin, while I hold a deep fascination for the pursuit of knowledge and science, I must admit the subject of spiritualism is not one that particularly captivates me, therefore I must return this book to you. However, I appreciate your efforts in sharing your interests with me. With affection, Arabella. The will-o-wisp, glowing spirit of marshes, forests, and caves. an eerie apparition that has long been the subject of both fear and fascination. It makes its appearance to lost travelers in dark, isolated places and beckons them to follow with its beguiling, blinking light. Many a wanderer has followed the wisp's alluring light across marshes or into caves, never to be seen again. Take heed, those who venture into the dark places. Resist the temptation of the will-o-wisp's shimmering radiance. Turn back before it is too late. The boathouse. Don't have a key for that. Lovely painting. I can walk through this tree? That's not how trees work. I mean, it's kind of how trees work, but... I'm not certain the game expects me to be back here. Like, obviously, they've given me this space to walk in if I wish, but... Oh. You broke the mower with the water faucet handle. What a baboon. Oh yeah, med check. If it is med check time for you, consider checking that. I had a suspicion. It's awfully dark in here. Oh, I forgot to go up here. This is where I missed. Hey, bird! Interesting. Bird feeders all over the gaff. Athos Cyanins research, spring dance shrub, blue to red, based on the pH. Soil pH research. Cool. Okay. Funny pots. I have recently heard of your involvement in the mentoring of aspiring botanists. Botany is a field that demands a thorough understanding of its complexities, and while I admire your dedication, the saying, the blind leading the blind, does come to mind. All jests aside, I do hope your endeavors in mentoring will yield some semblance of progress. Professor Thornton, what a dick. Dear Mr. Bennett, thank you so much for the lovely bunch of rhubarb from your nephew's garden. He needn't have sent anything in return for the herbal poultice I gave him for his little one, but I am grateful all the same. I know he hasn't the money to fetch the doctor. Since you said he cannot read a note, please send him my thanks when you see him. Faithfully yours, Hazel. Mixed bird seed for garden birds. Highest quality, hygienically blended. Attracts a host of garden birds such as bluebirds, finches, robins, and warblers. With this seed prepared at the highest quality levels. Simply spread the seeds or on an appropriate bird table or feeding surface and observe the delight of your feathered garden neighbors. I got bad news. I found more evidence of birds attracting birds with color. A garden is not complete without a few birds. I think you're right. Just like bees, birds can pollinate flowers. But did you know that birds have a preference to pollinate flowers of certain colors? The above chart shows which color of flowers attract which birds to your garden. Okay, I've got the boathouse key, so we'll go to the boathouse. Boathouse key. Sure seems like I'm gonna need to grow a particular color of one plant to appropriately get bird for another plant. Like if I had to make a guess, that would be my guess. Mr. Bennett, the telegraph you ordered arrived while you were at the farmer's market. They delivered it by boat. I left it at the boathouse since I didn't know where you'd like to keep it. There appears to be a Morse code manual inside the case as well. Jimmy. I believe the boathouse was down there, actually. Oh God, there's birds in this, etc. I appreciate your commitment to the bitment. I would not doubt you. I know how far you would go for the bit. Oh, a telegraph. Just what I've always needed. K-A dash dot dash dot dash dot com. We got pots down here. Got a cosmetic ladder. I appreciate your appreciation for the Simpsons reference I would make in this situation. Yeah, no, I mean you've taught me well. I'm a swift learner. No, I'm not a swift learner. I'm a learner of things swiftly. Okay, now I can loop back around if so I desire. Bot of William Foley to Lady Arabella Green, 10 classroom desks with chair, 20 classroom note boxes, a chalkboard, some ink, some more ink, some writing materials, a display case, and a teaching desk. Dear Lady Arabella, thank you for your order. As discussed, we will write again in the coming months to inform you of a delivery date for these school supplies. All the best, William Foley. You do learn things at a frightening pace. Well, thank you.
How weeds spread. Weeds can take over an area quite rapidly. Some weeds have adapted in order to spread their seeds as far away as possible. The plant itself does not have much control over this, but trusts nature to lend a helping hand. Wood avens and goose grass have seeds with a hook
designed to attach to the fur of passing animals. They are then carried and dropped up to several miles away.
I literally lie awake at night, terrified of closing my eyes, lest I remember how quickly you learn things. Which reminds me, oh, it's 5 a.m. I should probably get 2 hours of sleep before I go off to work.
Assuming I guessed the next message correctly, I hope you rest well, P-Gap. Dandelions have seeds with an attached feathery puff that allows them to simply be carried by the wind to a faraway location. Other plants, such as lords and ladies, wrap their seeds in an attractive berry, which birds consume and then later deposit as waste a great distance away. A final, more mysterious example is the seed of the acilette. It is known to be picked up by critters who then take it back to their nest. As soon as the animal goes to sleep, the seed sprouts into bloom. It is not quite understood how the plant is able to detect when the creature is asleep. Foraging critters, game rules. Shuffle the food cards and place the stack down. Place food tokens around the side of the highest roller chooses first. Again, food up, food card for animal. Then on a gray squirrel tile, it steals all of your food tokens and they must return to the board. The player has the most food tokens in the nest at the end of the game is the winner. Wooden cards are those. Field cards are those. Animal cards are those. Meadow cards are those. A rabbit. Gray squirrel. Rabbit again. Hedgehog. Red squirrel. Mole. Wood mouse. Animal husbandry and rehabilitation for all work with animals domesticated and wild. Some heartbeat rates of various mammals. Oh. Acorn, collect 3 tokens. Worm, collect 4 tokens. Aciliate seed, collect 0 tokens. Field card. Grass, collect 2 tokens. Meadow card, field card. Field cards are the red squirrel. And the red squirrel is 300 when awake and 120 when asleep. So, should be... So the aciliate seeds... Okay. Oh, here we go. Song 1, duration 40 seconds, BPM 100. $120, 50, 70, 90. Okay. So now I go to the table where you can plant. I think the nearest one is up here. I was wrong. I have no idea where the nearest planting table is. Oh, I don't have these. Okay. The boathouse? I was just at the boathouse. What are you talking about? I've never missed anything. I'm always finding everything my first time. Don't think about that safety deposit key in blueprints. Don't worry about that one. That one doesn't count. There's a friggin' plant right here the whole time. I went all the way around and it was right there. I'm not calling myself a fool, but I want to. Field cards are the red squirrel. The red squirrel is, oh, it's 120. I can't read. I don't want you to call yourself a fool. This is getting too recursive. Alright, that's the oscillette. Alright, that leaves Fool's Emerald. Huh. I would have thought... Interesting.
Why don't you just relax a second?
Whoa! Okay,
Take your
hello! Hi, Dupu! Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're doing well, Dupu. I hope your stream went well. And you made... there's my dogs again. I'll be back. So, my dogs have been barking all day. But yeah, welcome in. This is, Arthur barking right now. And this is Landon. You can't hear him or see him. But yeah, how did the stream go? Welcome in, everybody. Come on, Arthur. You're not allowed to be out here anymore. Because I am tired of listening to you bark. You are a prisoner now. A prisoner! Dog crimes! So yeah, hello, we're playing Botany Manor. This is a cool game where we solve plant-based puzzles. Arthur. We've reached the infamous part of Lexapro. That's a heck of a level. The pressure water level of Casio. A hard hack with harder levels in it. Good work, and good luck going further. Yeah, they're just happy that Dupu's raiding. They love a good dog. Welcome in, Mac Moreau. Yeah. Hey, appreciate you coming by, trusting your community with me, Dupu. I hope that you have a lovely day. If you've got to
Why don't you
peace
just
out.
relax a second?
I've been raided
Take
by
your bearings.
Zupador. Hello, Zupador. Welcome in. I hope that Bug Town was treating you well. Welcome in. We got some back-to-back raids. Hi, Handstands. Hi, Mel. Hi, Brown Tower. Hi, Lexi. Hi, Zoop. Hi, Zop. Imprisoned for displaying excitement for a raid. Hate to see it. Yeah, that's how I do it, is whenever my dogs are happy, I like to put them in the smallest box I can. And then just, like, look at them and make fun of them. I swear, if that dog peed on me again. Well, welcome in. I hope Bugtown was going well. How was the stream, Zoop? Yeah, we're playing Botany Manor. It's this cool, kind of short little puzzle game about growing plants. And this dog, I swear, I'm gonna eat him. I'm gonna cook him and eat him, and he'll be barely a little snack because he's so small. We eat dogs around here, Dupu. I wish I had told you that before you'd raided in. I love plants. Arthur, hey. I can't help you. Yeah. Come here. Hey. These silly dogs. Beat some bosses. Some bosses beat me, as things should be or some such. I just don't know what to do if my dogs are going to be like this. Arthur, no. You're trapped here now. You're punished forever. Yeah, I know. Isn't that the worst? He's just trapped in the room by himself forever. There's no one out here, crazy dogs. We have the house to ourselves. They're driving me up the wall today, I tell you. You have one little man come and look at your roof, and then the dogs lose their entire mind forever. They are not helpers. They are the opposite of helpers. But yeah, I'm trying to plant the last two plants, but my dogs have lost their last two brain cells. I need to take a deep breath. Sometimes my robot tells me to do that. I'm doing it without the robot's help this time. You know, it's unfortunate that I can't do anything to help them calm down. Because they've been doing this all day, and I don't know what to do. But yeah, we've got to figure out some plants. We've got unassisted deep breath technique. It's very good for when you're stressed about a puzzle or two canines that can't calm down. I kind of need to reset my clues and look around again because I've lost track of what's going on. Don't blame yourself for others' behaviors, even if the other is a dog. I try not to, but I do also kind of have an obligation to these dogs to help them stay safe and comfortable. So it does feel like a slight failure when I'm unable to do that for them. A duck! We almost missed the Egyptian goose. Holy crap, chat. I never would have found this without the raid and the dogs. Look at that goose. Everything has a place in this life. Group deep breath, everyone. Slowly in through the nose, hold, and out through the mouth. That's exactly how I do it, too. Sometimes I even let out a little sigh. I'm trying to deep breathe. Is this correct? I think you might be a little off tempo, but it's better than nothing, you know? Duck count 3. Goose count 1. Okay. Boopy boopy pow. Boopy tippy tippy tow. Boopy toopy tow. The will-o-wisp. Beautiful technique, Zoop. It's a great way to get some good sniffs, I bet. Just have. It's hard to sniff quite as fast as that little dog gif, though. Maybe one day, I will be a dog. Wait, no, that's not what I meant to say. I'll never be a dog. So we got this cave here. Okay, so what we know for sure... That's like bunny sniffing speed. Yeah, it's out of control. Is that's the wrong thing. We got this one, though. That's not... That's a chair. Anthocyanin. Someone around here taught me about plant chemicals. Where did that go? I think my dogs have finally relaxed themselves slightly. I no longer hear their incessant yapping from the other room. Mysterious... Oh, hey! Congratulations, everyone. You're here just in time for Julia, droid, to decrease the meaningless value to -17. Please, feel free to increase or decrease the meaningless value. Zop there with the increase. Nice +1. John with the big -3 decrease. Congratulations, John. John Cooler has also incinerated a point. DJ NB with the increased meaningless value. Up to -18. Thank you for enjoying the meaningless value game. Thank you for the applause. I pay my respects to the value by burning another meaningless value. Now you've got... That's a good mentality right there. Where the hell did the chemical information about plants go? That's birdseed stuff. Wait a second. The gamma function has simple poles at the negative integers. I'm no longer sure I can trust Julia Droid. I wouldn't. Listen, I wouldn't trust Julia Droid. I wouldn't trust Julia either. I hear she's a terrible liar who loves to lie. Oh, here we go. This is not it, actually. Soil pH research. Anthocyanins research. Spring dance shrub. Okay, so the anthocyanins research goes for the spring dance scrub for sure. I've been saying that exact thing for years. Constantly, as if in a trance. Unending, unable to be ended. Pigment research is what they call this one. So this is pigment research for the spring dance shrub. That's right. It's my favorite thing about you, Zop, is the way you're constantly repeating yourself in a trance. So I've got the pigment research for anthocyanins. Really confused me up until this moment, but thank you for your support, Pigeon. Yeah, very true. It's confusing to be entranced, but it's good to recognize that sometimes that's just the right way to live your life. Some lives just deserve to be filled with trance. Though I'm sure some people prefer jungle. Luciferin. Luciferin is Fool's Emerald, so that's plants chemical. Right? Plant chemicals. And then this book, Library of Bioluminescence. One of those Morse code messages. Abbreviation for attention. So I need the abbreviations, the military codes, and I need knowledge about the telegraph and Morse code. Don't think I need to know the pot catalog. So over here I've got the soil pH research, the pigment research. I'm not certain about bird seeds yet, I guess. Bird poster. Hydrangeas. Which one's the hydrangeas? Where's the gardening workspace? So I do think this is about hydrangeas. What did the greeting card say? Believe that was over here. No. Where was the greeting card? Water bugs! Or perhaps you're saying bugs to water. That actually, somehow that makes more sense in this context. What a lovely world we are creating together.
Remember to water your bugs. Bugs need water too. If you're thirsty, they're thirsty. Let them in.
I don't know what clue I am missing. Oh, that one? Are you for fucking... Are you a fishmonger or what? Alright, I'll take the telegraph back up there. I really love the way this game looks. I just find that this sort of art style really You know, it really butters my biscuit, if you will. Is this what the kids call cell shaded? I mean, I don't know. I haven't been a kid in a long time. Alright, we got ourselves a Fool's Emerald. When was the last time I was a kid? Oh, that's a good question. Maybe never? Well, look at this pretty little cavern. I'm not sure if I was ever a kid, come to think of it. The Fool's Emerald is a vine that creates luciferin, which allows it to create light. They grow in caves where they use the light to communicate with each other, very much like Morse code. The light is too granular. That's possible, yeah. I'm not a huge expert. Yeah, you'd have to check. There's not a lot of proof that I'm actually old, you know? But there's not a lot of proof I was ever a child either. I have to tell you, I don't remember being a child. I don't think that ever happened. Never a kid. Strong relate to that, Julia. It's you know, it's hard out there. Sometimes you just don't get to remember being a child. Where the fuck am I going? Where's my bird? No, I need to be in Bird Town. I know some people who claim they have a memory of me as a child. But when I ask for specifics, it comes out as static. Just like the old static you'd get on like an old TV. A New Kids on the Block joke to make it, you know, we'll allow a New Kids on the Block. We can gesture at it. We can workshop that one later. What type of bird are you? But it's 5:30 now. Yeah, you need to get some sleep, PCAP. In that case, you're excused. How do I get the bird where I need the bird? Do I have to, like, walk the bird down here? You spawned on this hellish scape, grown, the moment of your existence, and you will outlive us all. I mean, there's a good chance of that based on the fact that I am, you know, I was never a child and appear not to age. What is the goal here? Oh, this is gonna be just horrendous. I've been saying that exact thing for years, constantly, as if in a trance, and so on. Bird. There's bird. Where's the next bird? Hey, bird. Where's the bird? There's the bird. What type of bird even is this? I can't even tell. I'm not like a bird expert or anything, but I kind of think I need to pretend to be one for a moment. Got like a blackish dark, like a grayish brown for its back. Then like an orange and a white underbelly. Orange on the face, white on the underbelly. Is this just a robin then? So I need a red flower. So I need a high pH. So sandstone and seaweed appear to be the only high enough pH, 12 to 14. So sandstone and seaweed. Where do I get seaweed? Oh. There we go. So we get a sandstone pot, which looks like that. Yeah, sandstone. We'll take it over to the pothole. Spring dance shrub, I believe. Yep. So we take the spring dance shrub. Oh, we gotta water it. From a C plug. Or there works too. My C plug is a sea slug. Living on the ground, smelling sea drugs. Alright, plant goes in the plant spot. And then we gotta go get the bird cage from behind. without startling the bird. It's not actually a cage, otherwise this might be easier. It is but a feeder for the bird. And we have bloomed! Look at that tree. It's not a tree. Look at that plant. Look at that lovely flower. Look at these. This is lovely. Thanks for your help, Robins. The spring dance shrub contains anthocyanins, causing it to change color depending on the pH level of its environment. Robins love red flowers and will be attracted to the red variant of this shrub. To the gatehouse! Yeah, our garden is full of birds now. That's top notch. Look at all these birds. Good bloom, chat. And now we get to post our herbarium to Mayflower Publishing House in Bedford Square, London. And the screen goes black. Botany Manor, a game by Balloon Studios. I believe that's GG. I believe that is the success of the game right there. That's game success. Thank you for the GG, Water. Thank you for the GG, Sleeping Pigeon Apology. Thank you for the honk, Jamba Cooler. I love the honks. Thanks for the GG and the applause base. Thanks for the GG, Zopdash. Thank you for the crowd noise, applause. This is a fairly cool game. It's a little short, I gotta say. Thank you for the honks. Thank you for the GGs, Water, handstands. But enjoyable, an enjoyable game. Fun to kind of go around hunting for clues. Thank you for the honk, Sumashira. A pretty environment. A good time. Definitely worth the free I paid for it on the epic pile of shit store. Yeah, well, shucks. That's 1:30. What's next? I didn't really plan this far ahead. We've got a duck. That's pretty good. It's good that we have a duck, right? Like, that's nice. So glad you chose this. I wanted to see it for the floor and the painting, and as usual, was puzzle block. Don't imagine you expected the game to be done in one. Oh, we've got a bit of an epilogue here, 1 year later. I'm glad you got to see it. I'm glad you were able to check out my little playthrough of it here. The Green School of Botany. Lady Arabella Green by the Women's Education Union on the occasion of her opening the Green School of Botany, 12th April, 1891. I did not expect the game to be done in one. And beyond that, I did not expect the game to be done in less than 4 hours. The herbarium. Copy of her own book on every desk. The school bell. A teacher's apple. Forgotten flora, air-purifying flowers, the windmill wort. Teacher, Lady Arabella Green. Eliza, Jessica, Catherine, Ada, Mary, Thomasina. My dear Flora, I'm terribly sorry your herbarium didn't get picked up for publishing, though I am most excited about your new plans to turn Botany Manor into a botanical academy. I look forward to visiting the school and meeting the talented students you have taken under your wing. Let's hope they carry on our fight. Lots of love, Elizabeth. P.S. Arabella, I hope you don't mind me still calling you by your childhood pet name. To be fair, if I wrote a book, you bet your ass I would have a copy or 10 in my house. Well, now we're at the end, everyone. The celebration before is more than enough. That wasn't a real puzzle. We don't have to worry about that. Well, shucks. That's Botany Manor, everyone. Congratulations. You win. Only one goose. Scam. Big scam. Big scam. Alright, well, I have to decide with a swiftness if I want to continue playing video games on stream or if I want to call it a stream. I'm going to call it a stream. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm going to rate us out over to everybody's favorite Dina Ingalls. They're cool. They're playing a very hard Mario hack. Please be nice to them. If you have a song that you think they might enjoy, please suggest it. Regardless, thank you all for coming by. Thanks for hanging out as I play this Botany Manor game. I appreciate everyone coming by, whether you're lurking or chatting or some combination thereof. I should be back on Thursday to play something else. I don't quite know what yet. And I'll see some of you then, and the rest of you whenever I do. Once again, take care, and thanks. Bye.